Crusaders' creative quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Crusaders and the Panthers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off the play fake. Landry. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Off play action. Landry. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Off the play fake. Landry. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll Lions here on the sack. Now it's third down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing to start the drive. Langford.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Pick 6 on the first play of the drive, and Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead, they have control. Now they just want to settle it and play their game and defend that advantage.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
First carry for Najee Harris. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Langford. Wide open receiver complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, Langford. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Langford got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
To throw on second down, Landry. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Landry. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase
With touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. This team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Langford.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
There's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Off the play fake, Landry. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Looking to throw on 2nd down, Landry. side. It's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Set for the second quarter, San Diego in possession of the football. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Landry. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in. And had just enough to get it done.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Operating from the gun, Langford. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Langford.
Caught by Trimble. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
There's Trimble, the tight end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Langford.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Landry. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Crusaders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Langford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Langford.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And able to get this to the 31. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Landry. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Landry. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Now onto the field, here come the Panthers.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Langford. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Throwing on 1st down. Langford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
Flushed out right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's a give up the middle. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On first down, Langford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Langford. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Flush to his right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. From there, let's get over to the Rockies. Check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. The Rams still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Langford. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Langford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. On the draw, it's Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Langford. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To throw on 3rd down. Langford. And he's got his man on the out route. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, you have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. The 26-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Landry. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. Looking to throw. Landry. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
to throw. Landry firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Crusaders have opened the lead up to 30. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on third down, Landry.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, the offense down the field longer than you expect.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on third downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
3rd and short, and they decided not to run for it, and he's able to escape the pressure, finds a clear throwing lane outside the pocket, gets the completion, and picks up the first down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Off play action, Landry. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Landry. He's got it. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And did the offense get it back? They did at the 1-yard line.
So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to have a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Out is is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
And the Panthers coming out now.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing to start the drive. Langford.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Langford.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On the delay, here's Harris. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's the Panthers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Pulled in at the 24. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be a runner. It's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. On 3rd down, Landry. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Jamar Chase, incomplete. It's 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
Taken at the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Throwing on first down. Langford, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the home team here, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.